Namaste. Welcome and greetings. I am Magick. It's gonna stop a virus. No. This
Got y'all listening now. Some witchcraft for that ass. Too late to turn away. Abracadabra and all that good shit. Yo. Hocus pocus, got you focused on my rhyme. Simply easy, now I'm eating couch potatoes, I recline. No, I'm joking as I'm toking power puffs and pokey-yokes. Till my town and villa filled with ganja smoke, you know the dope. Coming out my pipes, talking about the bones in my throat. With the mic, I'm casting curses every night, you know the scope. Got my spells handy. You may call it the phone, but when I'm done reciting, you'll give me the keys to the throne. Then I take my keys to go home. Didn't say I was done. While rush to end it all, it feels amazing to have won. I'm not planning to ball, but why not take the chance to stunt? No, I don't need it all. Can think of a thing I don't want. Do I worship the sun? Or sold my soul for the tongue? Or death since I was young? Or got some voodoo done?
Namaste, namastizzle, peace and blessings. Greetings, shalom, what's up? What's up, Hip Hop Elevation? How are you, sir? What's the deal? What's the deal? Hope y'all had a great weekend and a great week ahead. Today is Tuesday, September 9th. What's up, Heru? Peace, God. How are you? Peace, Melissa. I like the way that's spelled. What's up? Peace, peace, Brother Moore. What's the deal? What's going on? Yes, y'all. What's the deal? All right. Tuesday, day of Mars. The color is blood red for war and sexual lust. Y'all already know the deal by now. You know what's going on in y'all cities. It is another hot day, but oddly, the weather is changing pretty early. You know what I mean? I went out for a walk this morning and it was chilly as shit this morning. That's unusual. Even though it's September, this still is Texas. It doesn't, start to cool down till the end of November here. What's up, William West? What's the deal? The astrology villain of the zodiac. What's the deal? How is everybody today? How's your day going? Let's talk. Let's talk about experimenting as much as you can. It's the only way that your magic is going to take hold and actually start really manifesting, is if you do it as much as possible. So that's what I mean by experimenting as much as you can. You know what I mean? In every waking moment, you should be doing something magically, because it's the only shit that's going to help. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, the homie Katrina tagged me in something in Instagram. Can't thank her enough for this, because she mentioned us, right? Mentioned me, I should say. Check this out, y'all. Check this out real quick. Before we even go any further, check this clip out.
My daughter is 14 years old with a 2-year-old.
Your 14-year-old daughter has a 2-year-old daughter?
Yeah.
So your daughter got pregnant at 11?
Yeah, she got pregnant at 11 and had a baby at 12.
Did she get pregnant by a boy her age?
Yes. I have 11 kids.
So how old are your 11 kids?
14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and I have a 1-year-old.
Sounds like she's launching a rocket. And to be fair, she is pretty good with numbers.
And I just know your tax dollars are heavily involved in this.
Yeah, this is who we're subsidizing, the woman who has children younger than her grandchildren.
My daughter is 14 years old with a 2-year-old.
And you see what Katrina says here. White people statistically on welfare compared to black people. Let's stop with that stereotype. She's absolutely correct, y'all. Absolutely correct. 80% of the people on welfare are Caucasian, and that's been that way for years. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. She tagged me though and said that Magic is the only thing that's going to save us. She tagged me because I say that all the time. You know what I mean? Let me share it one more time. See here, right here. Magic is the only thing that's going to save us. This woman has 11 kids, though. I can't, I'm not surprised by something like that. I have an aunt that had 12 children. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Get ready for a tundra winter in Texas. Huh. Interesting comment there. I'm ready. I'm always. Detroit and Leafs. Really? Damn, it's September. I thought maybe the end of October. Damn. Still water never goes stagnant. Right. Very cool. Keep on trying to live, Right. That's what I was laughing at. He said she's counting off a racket. 10, 9, 8. I'm like, God damn. But they still, and the person that Katrina was speaking to in the comments said that statistically white people far outnumber everybody. Let's stop with that one also. How that happen? You know what I mean? White people have a 0% birth rate, and it's been that way for a couple of years. So how do they outnumber everybody? That's another stereotype that they continue to perpetuate. You know what I'm saying? Let's stop the madness. They don't outnumber everybody. They just make it that way through media. You know what I'm saying? When you control what everybody sees, of course, you can say that. But like I said before, and like I said last week, they will continue their narratives. Now, I'm not talking about all white people. Of course, I'm not, but I'm saying the ones who run shit, they will continue. Like I was saying, the stuff that I've noticed on the shows that I'm watching, we fail at everything. You know what I mean? We fail like fighting them. They always beat, no matter how fucked up of a person they are, they can always beat us in a one-on-one fight. No matter how fit we are, how fast we are, they can fight us and beat us. I'm talking about a scene in Justified where two niggas got beat by just regular old white people. You know what I mean? They're going to continue to make us look like, I was getting ready to say something, make us look weak so that everybody else sees us as weak. So anyway, same old shit that I keep talking about though. What's up, Caribbean Grandma? Was peace. When I was in grammar school, there was a chick who had a kid at 12. She got held back and graduated 8th at 14, 15. Damn. I think I graduated 8th grade when I was 13, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, that's when I graduated. You know what I mean? When I had the group on Facebook, we did a group ritual every single month. So I started the new group in January. So February, we started the rituals, the group rituals. And since it was Valentine's Day that month, and it falls right in the middle of the month, we did a love ritual, okay? When I say experiment, that's what I mean, okay? Do more than one thing at a time, okay? And so when I was doing this group ritual, by the end of it, we started on the 1st, we ended it on the 14th. By the end of it, people reported outstanding results, okay? Let me see if I can pull it up. I might have it up already. Yep, I do. All right. So this is, I know I've shown this before, but let me show it again. For any of you who have not seen it before, this is the February group ritual that we did in the Magical Elite. That was the name of it. All right. So in addition to doing other stuff like mantras and stuff like that. You had to do this particular ritual here. Okay, so you need mala beads, you need a red flannel bag, which is a gree bag, rose water, Florida water, which I've been telling y'all about, 2 red lodestones, a red candle, attraction incense, come to me oil, high John the Conqueror root, attraction powder, 2 red lodestones. Said that already. Some sexy baby making music. All right, it starts on the okay. So we started on the 7th, but on the 1st we started other stuff again, like Om Clean, I think, or Om Cream or something like that. All right. Every day for 7 days until the 4th, we're going to say the Javanese chant. Y'all remember that one, okay? You say it 3 times before leaving the house. All right. We're building up our magnetism for the climax on Valentine's Day. Also, at least once a day, chanting Om Clean 108 times at least. All right. Mixture of the rose water and the Florida water and anoint yourself before going out in public. 14th is when the ritual concludes. The 7th is when it started. So we did it for a week. All right. You're going to take the red candle, carve the name of a specific person, or bring me a lover in general if you do not have someone specific in mind. Once you have carved your intentions, you're adding the symbols of Venus, if you like. You dress the candle and the come to me oil. You then put the candle in the middle of your table or altar, and with the attraction powder, you make a V pointing towards you with the candle in the middle. You light the incense, candle, and staring and hold in your mind the final results of the ritual that you wish to happen. If you are not inhibited, you bring yourself to orgasm. Once the candle is burned for 20 minutes, you anoint the candle with your sexual fluids. If you want to skip that part, that's quite all right. I found that part is very powerful, though. So once a day after the initial ritual, you light the candle for 20 minutes while concentrating on your end result. Do you want a specific person, or do you want just in general attraction? We do this until the candle has it completely burned out, or on the 14th. Once that has happened, take the burnt can wax, put it in your gree bag. The attraction powder, the high John root, anointed with the come to me oil and your fluids, and a few pubic hairs, and the red lodestones, also anointed with such. Okay. You activate the bag, then you spit in it, breathe in it, light a match, plunge it into the bag, and quickly draw it shut. You anoint the outside of the bag, also come to me oil and your fluids. Do this on both sides. Your bag's now ready to be used. You should keep it on you at all times while going out. And to keep this mojo activated, anoint the outside of the bag every other week. Okay, so that was the February group ritual that we did. Okay. Like I said, there were some people who said people were staring at them across the street. You know, people was constantly coming on to them and everybody was staring. It was a success. All right. So if you choose to do this particular ritual, it works on individuals as well as general attraction, you know, in general. You know what I mean? I'm not responsible for any results whatsoever, any bad things happening. Use these things that I say on this channel at your own risk. Okay. All right. Y'all know how I do. Okay. All right. I don't accept that they just want us portrayed as such, but we create. You don't accept it? Okay. It is completely your opinion. You know what I mean? What I was just saying was that is my opinion. It is fine that we have difference of opinion, so we will agree to disagree. I watch a lot of shows. I watch a lot of series. I watch a lot of movies. And this is what I see. It was just my observations. But if you disagree, so be it. Gratitude, cosmic chaos. What's the deal? Aloha. My Cherie, what's going on? What's the deal? Y'all remember Lil Mo? Anybody remember her? Remember, she made she was real popular back in like the early 2000s. You know what I mean? I think she was on one of those reality shows like Love and Hip Hop or Hip Hop Divas or some shit like that. She was on that. But does everybody remember Lil Mo and what she looked like? I don't want to play it because I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to put that up anyway. A copyright disclaimer. Let's see. It might be. Yeah, she made Superwoman, and then she made that song with her brother, Fabulous Forever. Y'all remember? Yeah, you remember? Rapper, singer? Yes. Hey, what's up, Nikki Love? I ain't see you sneaking in. What's the deal? Have y'all seen her lately, though? Let's roll it. Look what she looks like now. I remember her being a little sexy, little thick thing. Not anymore. This is what she looks like now, y'all.
When I see you, when I see you, where my ladies at? Where my ladies at? What are you say? I can't hear it. Something now is taking just gonna stop. I can't hear it.
Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I know a crackhead when I see one. I know a crackhead when I see one. I know a crackhead when I see one. I grew up in the hood. I know one when I see one. So, yeah. Oh, you still working? Okay, that's what's up. Salutations, the Akashic Records Show. Damn, I have not seen you in a minute. How are you? She got into it with someone last I remember. Oh, yeah? I never watched those shows, so I don't really know. I would see it in passing, like on a commercial or something, but I never paid attention to the show. I know she was nice and thick, back in the day, but yeah. She on the, yeah. Wait, that's a show, right? The O? That's a show? My Shay? I rock rough and stuff with my Afro Puffs. Remember that? Great song. Huh? That's the Lady of Rage. What? I ain't gonna door pause you, William West. All right. Yeah, there you go. Crack hood energy. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Bad outfit. Yeah, that and crackhead energy. What's up, Tosh? How are you? Yeah, Lady Lorraine. Hey, how are you? Yeah. What's up, Legacy Sigma? Peace and blessings. She had issues with I didn't. Okay, so I figured that when I saw that clip. I'm like, hold up. She lost everything. There's a difference between losing weight and losing weight with Ozempic. There's a difference between that and crackhead losing weight because you look totally different. But yeah, her and her husband. I didn't even know she was married. I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt with Ozempic, but I've seen people with Ozempic that, no. I know. You lose the weight differently with Ozempic, okay? Your face is what really goes. See what I mean? She's lost everything. I had a good friend, actually, we ain't friends no more. But the last time I seen her, she gave, and I was like, wow, what happened? She tried to explain it like she was stressed out, her and her man and everything. I'm like, yeah, no, no. Peace, Speezy Beats. Question: is there a way you can create your own Palo Mayombe signature? Damn, good question. No, those are already made. Those deities are already been formed. They've been here for thousands, maybe hundreds of years. I don't say thousands, but they've been here hundreds of years. You can try it. That's something I have never heard of. As a matter of fact, I have a book here called give me a second. Here is a book that I have. History has repeated. Okay. I contacted this man because I wanted to ask him some questions. All right. This is one of those systems that they are completely closed off. It's very secret. You know what I mean? He didn't answer me. All right. But those sigils, those firmas, those are already established. You see what I mean? This represents someone. This represents one of the Nikisi. Okay. This is Palo Briombe. Briomba. How you say it? Briomba Khan Mayombe. Okay. It's like Palo. It's like Palo, but it's not quite. Okay. These have, you might have seen me wear a shirt with that signature on it. Okay. Those have been in place for hundreds of years. So I don't think, I could be wrong. I don't think that's possible, but damn good question. I've never been asked that kind of a question before. Damn good question. I don't think you would have to ask a Polaro or Polera. You would have to ask someone that's in that system. I do not know. Thanks for that question, though. Damn, Lil Mo, right? Yeah, you tapping into that Judge Mathis energy. Ha! I remember that episode. Judge Mathis. I had a whole Monday night lineup. Me and my best friend back in Philadelphia, and we would be on the phone. Yeah, we would be on the phone the entire time. Our Monday night started at 8:00. It was the Parkers, one-on-one, Eve, and girlfriends. It's a whole lineup, right? And then after that, Judge Mathis. Then it was time to go to sleep and shit. That episodes remain one of the most memorable episodes of Judge Mathis. I heard that Ozempic be making time speed up for people. I heard there's a whole lot of side effects for Ozempic. Please be careful about these man-made drugs, y'all. There's another drug that they're advertising because I got a lot of apps and they have these ads. So I pay attention to the ads. They're always mostly about these drugs that come out, right? And the side effects is incredible to me. I was like, why would anyone take a drug whose side effect is heart failure leading to death? That's one of the side effects. I'm like, I would stay far away from that. You know what I'm saying? But Ozempic, too many people are actually taking it. They don't look healthy. There's healthy weight coming off, and you should lose weight slowly. That Ozempic takes weight off you way too fast because I know a couple people who are on it, and it's an injection. So you got to be careful about those drugs, y'all. Peace, Rebecca. How are you? Lady of Rage with Sloop, Afro Pucks. All right, William. Okay. I meant to ask two questions. Have you read a book called The Life and Times of the Masters? No, never heard of it. If you want, you can pass it off to me. I'll check it out. You know what I mean? Dr. Phil, catch me outside, girl. Are you just like randomly saying stuff, William West? Like, what's going on, man? You talk about Lady of Rage. Now you're talking about Dr. Phil. What's happening? Like, what's going on? Seriously. Peace, Chikezi. What's the deal, man? She's a. Are you just like going off on your own conversations, William? All right, have at it. And have you heard of an herb called Lungu Dragon Bone? Can't say that I have. Never heard of that. I can find a natural remedy for any disease. We were never meant for meds. I know y'all know that. Yeah, I have a book that I even referred to the other day. It's called, oh, shit. What's the name of that book? It'll come to me in a second. It has every herb that you could need for every disease that's out there. I've given it out. I put it on Patreon. I highly recommend it. The Art of Shinku, that book. And the back are a bunch of herbs listed in alphabetical order. You know what I mean? Katrina sent me a lot of stuff, y'all. Oh, yeah. This one right here. You got to be careful about not only the drugs, if you tend to go that way, but other stuff. You got to be careful what you eat. I just saw a clip. This woman got into an altercation with the cops. Well, first with the fast food worker at McDonald's over a piece of cheese. You know what I mean? A piece of fucking cheese, y'all. She got herself arrested over a piece of cheese. I bullshit you not. Yes, I have her books, but I like to go to the source, which are Pascal Beverly Randolph. I'd rather read his books. But yes, the books on Theosophy, yes, I have her books. That's right. We don't need any meds ever. Yes. Dang, I might find that herb in there. Yes. Watch this, y'all. Check this out.
Hello, I just want to show you guys some super disturbing shit that I found today. Here we go. Now, mind you, this is not the dark web by any means. This is just something that you can look up casually. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of the Human Meat Project. People for people. One body can feed up to 40 people. Donate now. That's not the other one. Hold on. CannibalClub.org. Specializing in the preparation of human meat, Cannibal Club brings the cutting edge of experimental cuisine to the refined plates of LA's cultural elite. Hold on, let me show you this week's menu. Panini pasta with meat sauce, sirloin steak, placenta lasagna.
We are the first species on the face of this earth to be aware of evolution, to be aware that we are affecting our own evolution by everything that we do. The babies we eat, the food we eat, the wars we fight.
Hello, I just want to show you.
Yeah, I showed y'all that book, Eaters of Children. I mean, these are some evil people out here. These so-called elites. They ain't even hiding shit no more, man. That cheese ain't even real, right? There was a video of someone burning a burger with kerosene and the cheese wasn't even melting. There's also videos of people that who have saved McDonald's food, like the burgers and the cheese and the fries. They've saved it for years. It never decomposes. Never decomposes. That should tell you something. This is McDonald's food. I think it would be possible to draw a gnosis from the deities Apollo, Mayombe, if you enter the current. Yeah, that was a very interesting question. Like, serious. If you say you go the chaos magic route, chaos magic works for some people who don't want to honor any deities, who don't want to call on any deities, which is perfectly fine. You take someone like Zarabanda, one of the most revered Nikisi in Palo Mayombe. You take somebody like Zarabanda and you use chaos magic principles to create a firma. That's interesting. I don't know. Well, anything's possible, magic wise. Anything's possible. But I've never heard of anyone even attempting to do something like that. So that's very interesting. Let me know how that goes. I'm dead serious about that. I'm not being funny at all. Yeah. Yeah. There's a documentary about the blood banks here that go to Great Britain's pharmaceutical drugs. People are drinking, eating blood and drugs they give to everyone. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing here is real anymore. Like nothing. Absolutely correct. Like nothing at all is real. Absolutely not. You know. And y'all have seen what I've been telling my Facebook audience, that sleeper agents are being activated. All the grandmasters have spoken about this. All the master teachers have talked about sleeper agents, because now you are seeing an uptick of black people attacking white people, like randomly. Have y'all heard about the woman who got murdered on the train? And I think it was North Carolina. Y'all heard about that? Humans. Agenda 30. Y'all been reading about this. These Jews. Yeah. Okay. They're going to eat humans and get Kuru. Aren't the Nikisi also in Kimbanda? No, they don't call them that. All right. Remember I said last week? Similar, not the same. Did I say that last week? What did I say? All right. Example. In Haitian voodoo, they're called the Loa. In Santeria, they call it Orishas. In Palo Mayombe, they call it the Nikisi. Okay, so it depends on what magical system you're talking about, and what geographical location you're talking about. The Kimbanda is Exu and Pambajira. Okay, similar energies, not the same, like cousins. They feed humans to the animals they slaughter for all fast food chains. Right. Think about it. McDonald's has been in business for decades. You think it's that many cows? I could be wrong. You think it's that many cows to supply McDonald's all these years without them going extinct? I'm just saying. Something to think about. I could be wrong. What's up, Mooney? Peace, Katrina. What's up? I just showed you a clip. One of the clips. Been going in heavy with Blair lately. Oh, yeah, that's the man. That's the man. Namaste, Katrina. In Charlotte, North Carolina? Okay, yeah. There was another incident that happened where a black person murdered a white person. It's like, seemed like it's random. You know what I mean? The idea came to me after doing some of the ritual out of how to use the Oh, really? Now, a lot of people don't know about that particular book. And I'm pretty sure it's because of who the guy is that wrote the book. I'm pretty sure. I can't say that's the reason. But in that book, those sigils, he didn't create those sigils, the firmas. He didn't create those firmas. All right. Those were already established. He didn't create those. Oh, my fault. No, you good. Don't eat pork ever. No, I've never eaten pork. Well, I can't say that. I'm lying. I'm straight up lying. I don't consciously eat pork. That was 100% MK Ultra. Exactly. Yep. If y'all know about this particular man, See if I can find him. See if I can find this dude. And his name is Terrence Williams. I think he's a comedian. He has a good page. He has a large following too. Terrence K. Williams. Yeah, he got 3.7 million followers. Mind your own business on the train and get stabbed to death. Step in to defend others and face 15 years in prison for manslaughter. And what he's referring to is this right here. I mean, because he just randomly stabbed this woman on the train. I don't know who this is right here. I don't even know the context of what this is about. Okay. But that's what Terrence was pointing out. I legit quit eating meat because of this. Okay. You get it now? Okay. Yeah, that was one of the first things I learned when I called myself joining the Nation of Islam back in the 90s. The first thing I learned was about pork, but I was raised that way, not to eat pork. And pork has a tritina worm in it. Okay. You can put as an experiment pork chop in a plastic bag and put it in a dark place for 3 days. You pull it out and it will be covered in worms. That's a guarantee. All right. The pork, the pig is the nastiest animal. It has one stomach. It has a filtration system on its hind leg. You know what I mean? It's not like any other animal. You know what I mean? It literally eats anything that's put in front of it. Okay. Pork is close to human meat. Yeah, it is now. Well, yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Fish got worms too, with the government saying they put the jabby in shrimp. I saw that. I did see that. I'm like, damn, you can't eat shit these days. And this is why I stress fasting. I like meat, but it's gotten to the point I can't even handle how they treat the animals. Yeah, well, what can you do? What you can do is fast, though. You can do fasting. Another clip that I want y'all to see that was given to me by Katrina. It's another clip that she gave me.
There it is, one of the most evil legislations that was ever passed. The 1939 Cancer Act. Basically what this is it made it illegal, a criminal offense for doctors and healthcare workers to actually help cure cancer, to recommend things that would cure cancer. So this was passed in England in 1939, but it was pushed worldwide. It's still in effect today in Canada, America. This is why when you go to see a doctor, they will recommend chemo or their very expensive treatments, but they can't say this herb will help or this or soursop or or like ivermectin or something like that. They can't recommend that stuff legally. So they could get not only fired and lose their license, they could literally be charged and sued because of this. So in my opinion, this is one of the most evil legislations that ever passed.
Yep. They are not your friends, y'all. They are simply not your friends. Okay. Fast as much as you can, drink a lot of water. I can't stress this enough, man. They've ramped up everything. See. Ani made a post about how pork has human genes in it. Did he? I missed that one. Why don't we have 13 months in a year? If we had 13 months instead of 12, every month would be exactly 28 days. The first would always be a Monday and the 28th always a Sunday. Every month would have exactly 4 weeks. instead of 4.257, and we would properly align ourselves with the cycle of the moon, and we could do away with the leap year. Okay. I hope y'all got that. Damn right, fasting, eating high frequency foods or electric foods or alkaline foods. You know what's crazy is years ago, Farrakhan was saying to fast and get used to eating every other day. Now it's damn near no avoiding. Yeah, it really isn't. The book, How to Eat to Live, is perfect for a diet by Elijah Muhammad, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. But like I said, fasting is really the only way you're going to get out of it. Yeah. Lixer, peace. How can one receive to obtain a very similar book of the secrets of the Black Temple? Similar to that? There's some very dark books out here. I'm not sure what you're looking for. You know, Secrets of the Black Temple. You talking about the book that I mentioned on Friday? That is what you're talking about. You're talking about the book by Basil Crouch, right? A very similar book. Oh man, that book is dark though. Can't think of one right off the top of my head, but there's some dark grimoires. There's plenty of grimoires out there. But what are you looking for, if you don't mind me asking? Peace, William West. Great show. I appreciate it. I put key limes in my water. Good stuff. You know what I do? For those of you who are having any kind of heart problems or just blood pressure problems or anything, every morning, every single morning, I put a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar in a little small amount of water, and I drink that every single morning. Okay. I take green leafy vegetables the missus makes. I eat a lot of fruit. I drink a lot of water. Spirulina is high in everything. A lot of vitamins that you need is spirulina, chlorella, and spirulina, chlorella, and there's one more. It'll come to me. I gotta come back to that one. But there are ways. Make sure you go into the bathroom. If you're not going 3 times a day, go at least once a day, at least, because they are really, literally poisoning everything. Yes, exactly. Intermittent fasting. Exactly. Rebecca Longo is writing a book about fast food chains and human consumption. You wouldn't sell. I'm not gonna. No, sir. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have mentioned that book. Honestly, I shouldn't have mentioned that. But what are you looking for? Can you? I'm not trying to gatekeep the book, but it's a dark book. It is. As a matter of fact, this is a dark book. This is pretty dark. History has repeated, and this isn't the only one. There's more than this. All right. And now, well, from what I'm seeing, Paulo Mayombe's secrets are on YouTube. I don't know how that happened, but wait, hold up. Cayenne pepper will read. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Cayenne pepper, I keep in my bedroom. Tincture, cayenne pepper. As a matter of fact, I take the pills with every meal. Cayenne pepper. It's literally the cure-all for everything. And parasites. Fiber, absolutely. Absolutely. Every morning I break my fast with a breakfast. I see what you did there. You're looking for, you want a poltergeist in your house? You serious? You want a poltergeist? You want a poltergeist in your house? All right. Ever since that live with Aline Bay, I keep cayenne powder on me. Yes. Speaking of Aline Bay, his he puts out nothing but great information. If you are not friends with Aline Bay, please do. He puts out constant great information. He continues what he does. As a matter of fact, here is one he did since Bobby's stroke. He did a live with him and Bobby Hemmett. Check this out, y'all. Check what Bobby says here.
Matter of fact, we up in New York right now, and I just finished on the documentary. Yeah, well, no, not about the Nine Commands, about Blow, exploring human consciousness through the science of breath. So, I practice it every morning. Oh, okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. Morning. Yeah. It was parallel lifetimes, like that.
That is Bobby Hemmett.
That's because they can break that damn cycle of reincarnation. Exactly, and you've been talking about that for years. Yeah, because the damn the sea criminal, I believe he broke that shit. Yeah, I believe he did. Right. Because what happens is how you get fucked up is like this. You could be a badass master, right? And you could die, and you get a fucking baby brain. Yep. If you run and forget about the same past life. Right. These stupid motherfuckers don't know shit. Right. And be a goddamn nigga that could have been a master in a past lifetime, You're right. So you have to break that shit. So one of these fucking spirits and them goddamn gods got motherfuckers up on a video. The motherfuckers are fucking duped. Yeah. They got a game on our ass too. Oh yeah, that's a serious game. Because it's all fucked up. Because I'm going to tell you the truth. What I had found out through my trauma, these angels, these goddamn gods, ain't shit. Right. These motherfuckers got a damn fucking running game on niggas. Big time, man. Keeping people trapped for lifetimes and stuff, And the gods ain't shit. Right. And they exist for you worshiping them. That's true. Like that. Yeah, true. Because they goddamn rock walls so that blood can steal and they can eat all the damn fucking melanin. Right. They call they eat all that shit, the melanin and stuff, so all right. That shit. Right. They ain't never thought for in India. Right. Yeah, like that though.
Then Bobby sound a little fed up right there. This is after Bobby had his stroke. You know what I mean? Mushroom wellness in a bottle is awesome. Okay. Blue green algae. Yeah, but it has a name. Chlorella, spirulina, and shit. It'll come to me. Certain books you don't sell no. Yes, that is true. Yes. So from now on, because that's not fair to me, what I'll do, that's not fair for me to do that. So what I will do is I will not mention books I use for class because I shouldn't do that. So that's on me. I heard the Grimoire Shams al-Marif is the most forbidden one for Islam. It's the most expensive one too. And the choice would be on me, not you. I would not be asking if I was in doubt of not being responsible. Okay. Palo seekers are out. Yeah. That's uninformed and reckless. I'm behind in the comments, aren't I? Poltergeist. So be careful. I summoned a jinn and had, damn. Y'all see that? She summoned a jinn and had to move. No better day than today with this whole portal date to open yourself up and inviting whatever you want in you. Yeah. What was the purpose? I am assuming that jinn caused a whole bunch of problems, is what I'm assuming. Oh, did you? You gotta get you had a child named Jin? Okay. There are cultists re-engineering men. Yes, they are. They are. Yeah, it's a mess out there. You know what I mean? So you gotta be careful where you get your information. You know, that's just crazy to me. It's just crazy. Also, okay. Remember I was saying experiment that I got way off topic. We did the love group ritual or love, lust, attraction, whatever, in February. And then in March, we did a money ritual. Okay. So this wasn't the same. Every month, the group had a ritual to do. Okay. These are things that you add to the ritual every single day. The love ritual was kind of specific. The money ones, okay, let me show you. Here is the March group ritual. Okay. The March group ritual. Let me show y'all. Existing most of these things you had to do every day. Okay. There's the boon from the Goetia, magical cash book, mystical formula. So as you can see, these were mostly mantras that we did on a daily basis. All right. Allah, Allah. The Lakshmi mantra. Make sure the windows were clean and burnt pine incense daily. So you had the existing needs spell. You had the Om Shreem. You also had the Shreem Brazi. You had the mystical formula, the book that has over 400 mantras. This is what it looks like. Well, my cover is done, but this is the mystical formula. Okay. The magical cash book. All right. This is the magical cash book. This is the front. This is the back. Okay. And so that was the March group ritual. All right. Like I said, most of these things you did on a daily basis. I think you only had to clean the windows once, but you burned pine incense every day. You said the Allah, Allah, you listened to it. Okay. You only needed to do the boon ritual once. Okay. So that is the only deity that we work with, and that was boon. All right. So that goes along with experimentation, because we did a lot of experimenting in the group. It was called the Magical Elite Reloaded. All right. At once upon a time, me and Terrain Hicks ran it. He broke off into his own thing and opened up a royal bloodline. And so I stayed with the Magical Elite. And, you know, this is something we did. I think he did group rituals in his group as well. A lot of energy this September. Speaking of which, in 1 week is my birthday, right? I do not think, I'm positive, I will not be live next Tuesday. I will be live next Monday, though. The day before, I will be live. But next Tuesday on my birthday, I'm going to take a break. Man, we definitely that's what I say. And on this one, I ain't going to judge, but I was like, you really want a poltergeist in y'all? Okay. All right. I say the same thing. I'm on Brother Moore's side on that one. You want a poltergeist? All right. Yeah, I'm good on that energy. Yeah. I summoned the jinn. It was great for the first 2 years. Then I didn't do my part and all hell broke loose. Plumbing gone. Damn. That's another thing. You got to be, careful. If you enter a pact with a spirit, a deity, a god, whatever, and you don't fulfill your part of the bargain, they can make it hell for you, whether you believe it or not. Know what I'm saying? I have to make a reminder. Oh, okay. Today is 999. It sure is. It sure is. What's up, Dom? I ain't see you sneak in here. Dom, what's the deal? How long you been here? Yeah. So I have a special guest next Monday. We decided to do it next Monday because it works out better for both of us. You know what I mean? But yeah, we do live in a different times. If you actually want poltergeist, as a matter of fact, there have been times where I've had to specify I don't want any poltergeist activity in my house. I've had poltergeist activity in my house before. Where y'all remember the story I told y'all? I had to summon Lucifer. Lucifer being, one of the highest. I had to summon Lucifer to get that shit out of my house. You know what I mean? What you think will be the future of Magic with an old system fade and new system right? I think that's what's going on now. I think people are trying to create new systems of Magic. I think the way this current generation is, everybody is doing their own thing and don't want the assistance of what came before them. So I think people are trying to create their own systems of Magic, which is fine, but it is what it is. You see what I'm saying? Whether it works or not is a different story. But the stuff that came before that has worked for thousands of years, people don't want to go with that. They want to go with this new way of thinking. You know what I mean? This new, we don't fuck with that old shit. We're going to do our own things. It is what it is. That's what I think. It's 2 eclipses. Yeah. Yeah, Lucifer came through. We are in a new system of Magic. Me personally, I like to stick with what works and what I know that works. I always put my twist on everything anyway. You know what I mean? But this whole generation that's out now is just everything is done in a modern way, and it's like fuck what came before everything. You know what I'm saying? Which video are we talking about? Dr. Eileen Bay? It's right here. If that's what the one you're talking about, it's right here. So I'll see y'all Friday. All right. So we have another question and answer session. Oh, for the like, if you decide to do the you know what, to answer your question, who asked that question? Caribbean Grimoire, to answer your question, I find that there's still a lot of people who pretend and who's really, it's a whole bunch of fake spirituality out here still. And I find that people are curious for the sake of being curious. They're not really wanting to do a whole lot and not really wanting to tap in. They want to seem interested because it's trendy. You know what I mean? I've said before, and I still hold to this, that real magic is still safe, because there's still, quite frankly, a lot of pretenders out here. Right, there you go. They take away the sacredness from everything. Like everything. Everything is, we're going to do what we want to do. That doesn't matter anymore. It's the silliest thing ever. They had civilizations that surpassed what we see out here now. And we think that this is the the end all be all. See what I mean? So it is what it is. What was the book that was very similar to The Secrets of the Black Temple that you had suggested to me? You're going to keep with this, Elixir. You are, I admire your consistency. I admire that. I do. I don't know. I don't remember suggesting anything that was similar to that book. Right. There you go. I like that. New way of thinking backed by no fundamentals, by no foundations. You know what I mean? That's silly. Like I said before, like, where would Windows 11 be now if it hadn't been for Windows 3.5? If Windows 3.5 had never existed, or Windows 95, if that had never existed, would Windows 11 exist now? The answer is no, because the original Windows still runs in the background. The foundation is still there. You know what I mean? I don't understand this new way of thinking that you don't need no fundamentals. You don't need a foundation. It's stupid. But that's just me. That's what people say. Like they say things are evolving, but how are you evolving when you don't have a foundation? But I love to see a dialogue in the future about old and new magic practices. That would be a good show with somebody. Now you got me thinking. I wonder who. Your intuition be going off every Friday? Yeah. I think now it's a matter of awareness for the magician and the students following the guidelines of the teacher. Pressed enter too fast, but you get my point. Yeah. I'm glad you said Friday because I'll be looking forward on. You're right. I had to remind myself, Will you be adding the Magic Money book for free to your Patreon? No. The Magic Money book, you talking about this? The Magical Cash book? This is not, you make this. All right? You make this. This is not a PDF. The Magical Cash book, you got to make this. You see, it's made. This is aluminum foil. The Magical Cash book you can find anywhere. He actually has a class on the website, Lick, where he show how to. Yeah, I did show that. It's it's here somewhere. I gave out that instructions on how to make that book. It's on YouTube, right? It's on YouTube. Check out the complete book of the baths by Robert Laramie. There's a Mario Lioza's Love Bath, very powerful. Thanks, y'all. I appreciate your attendance always. Elixir, why don't you hit me up on email, please? Because obviously you got something. You got something that you're itching to get. So hit me up on email, please. Thanks for y'all attendance again. Have a great rest of your day. I see y'all Friday. Let's do another question and answer session. Y'all were very, very lively during that session Friday. I loved the interaction we had. All right. Have a great and safe rest of your week. I see y'all here Friday. And yeah, I'm the one and only, the magical, mystical, and the diabolical Magic Lacroix. As I greet you in peace, like always, namaste. Peace, y'all.